Previously, we learned how to write document in Overleaf. Basically, we covered how to write simple equations in Overleaf, how to create section in a document, and how to use numbering in equations using equation arrays, or how we can write multiple equations with numbering, and how to align multiple equations so that they looks good. In this part of this tutorial, we'll see how we can write matrix, in a sense that suppose we have a matrix A and we want to show that what are the different elements of the matrix A. In order to do that, we'll first import two packages that will enable us to write matrix, and those two packages are AMS SYMB and AMS math, and you import these two packages using /use package command. After that, if you want to write matrix, suppose I'll create a new section and then I'll say writing matrix, and in here I see that, oops, so I need to cut this here and paste it here. So I'll create a new section called writing matrix, and now suppose I want to write a matrix A, and for that I'll first invoke the equation environment by writing begin equation, and then suppose the matrix is stored in the variable A, or A is equal to some matrix, so you write A is equal to, then I say begin, so I now have to invoke another environment which is called B matrix. This is one way of writing matrix. There are other ways too, but in this tutorial I am showing you only this particular method of writing matrix. So you invoke this environment, then you say suppose the first element of the matrix A is A underscore 1 1. Okay, the second element of the matrix is suppose A 1 2, and this is the first row of the matrix A. Now suppose you want to write the second row. When you end the first row and go to the second row, you again use this double backslash notation or syntax, and then you get to the next row and you copy suppose this one because it looks very similar, so it will be suppose 2 1, and in here you have 2 2. Okay, so this is how you write matrix. Once you are done writing this, then you click here, compile it, and you see a nicely formatted matrix equation here. So this is how you write matrix. Next important thing that we came across in several situations is inserting images in a document. So I'll now show you how you can import an image in the LaTeX document and visualize it. So for that, I will create suppose another section and name it importing image, and then I'll invoke the environment called figure. And as soon as you invoke that environment, you will see something like this, and in here include graphics command, you need to give the path where the image is stored. Now, before you can say where the image is, you first need to store your image in this part, or you first need to make the image available in your project. So we'll first create a folder using this icon here. We'll create a folder and call it figures. So here in this folder I'll store all my required images. Then I'll hit create. So that will create the image folder, figure folder here. Then I click here and I hit upload. It will now ask me select from your computer or drag the image here. It will then store the image in the figures folder. Once you upload the image, you will see the image is available under this folder, figures, and the name of the image is robot.jpg. You can click here and you will see the image here just to check what kind of image it is. That is not very interesting. We want this image to be appeared in this document. For that, I'll need to give the path in here in include graphics command. So the argument of this command would be the path of the image, and what that path is, it is inside the figures folder. Now you see that as soon as I type figures, I am suggested with the path of the image, and then I'll just hit enter. And this is because one suggestion is here because I have only one image. So you just need to be careful which image you are selecting. So in my case there is only one image, and I hit enter and the image path is here. And then I change the label of the image in case I need to refer that image or figure later. So I'll say this is robot fig. Compiling the figure, you also need to import another package called graphics to visualize the image in the document that we are preparing. So we'll first import that. For that we'll type use package and then graphics, and then you compile it again. After that, you see here that we now have the figure label, we have the correct path, and if we compile it now, we should have our image here. However, we do not see the image because although the image has been compiled and processed properly to show it up in the document, because of its huge size, it's actually there but we cannot see it. So we now have to scale the image because it's too big for to fit the image in this document. For that, I'll use the scale option, and suppose I'll scale it to 0.2. So it's basically the 20% size of the actual image size. That's what it's saying. And then I'll compile again and I see that the image is here. Then I can change the caption of the image and say that this is a thinking robot. Okay, so I'll compile again and I see that the caption of the image changed. We'll see how to cite one paper or how to cite some other document that are available. Suppose online, you know the author of that document, you know where the document was published, and you have used that document for your project and you want to cite that document in your uh, documentation that you are preparing. So for that, suppose you are using a paper which is titled Skew Linear Interpolation for Point-to-Point Path Planning, and then what you do is you type that equation paper title in the Google Scholar, and then you click on this icon, and this icon is where the citation detail of that paper is given. So the thing that you need to cite the paper. So you then go here, you click on this entry BibTeX, and then you will be given this information here. So all you not have to do is you copy this and then go back to the LaTeX document, and you click on this portion, or you can create a new file here and name the file as reference and change the extension to be bib and create the file. And you see that a new file has been created here with this reference.bib as its name, and then you paste the citation detail here, and you then run compile. So you are basically creating a new file called bib file or bibtex file, and in here in this bibtex file you will just keep pasting the citation detail for different documents that you use for your project. And one thing that you should be careful about while citing this document in the main document that you are preparing, this is the bib key for this particular paper. So when we cite, we'll use this key to let the LaTeX compiler know which document you are citing. Okay, so we'll now get back to the main.tex file, and then we write two more commands. The first command is bibliography style slash bib bibliography style, and in here we'll give the command plain. There are many other options as well, like IEEE tran, and then you use another command called bibliography, and in here you give the name of the bib file, which is reference, and I just give the name. You do not need to provide the extension, because this command knows that the extension of this file name will have the extension .bib, and then you compile so that you make sure that LaTeX finds the bib file with these commands, and it looks like after compilation we do not have any error. So LaTeX finds this document. Now suppose you have another section, suppose slash citing others work. Okay, in here you say I have used this paper, then you cite the paper, and as soon as you type cite, LaTeX gives you the suggestion with the available bib keys. So in my case I have only one bib key. I select that using my cursor, and then I click it, and immediately the key appears here. Then I say full stop and I compile, and I see that in the reference section I have the paper detail that I have worked on, and this is the number of the reference, and that reference number is also appearing here where I wanted this paper to be cited. So this is how you use bib entries to cite a document. Hopefully this is helpful, and these are most of the important information that you will be using number of times. and there are many other things that you can do. So let me also show you how to create itemization or bulleted points here. So to do that, you first create the environment. You invoke the environment called itemize, and then you hit enter, and then after this slash item you type the entry of the bullet point and you say first point. Then for the second bullet point you again type item and you say that second point, and you keep inserting your points one after another just by using the command item. And then you compile, and in here you see that in the itemization section we have two bulleted points. The first one is first point, the second one is second point. So these are most commonly used functionalities that one would be using most of the time. However, these are not anyway comprehensive. So there are many other things that you can do with LaTeX. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful, and thank you for listening.